Hey girlies, don't you want to see Dylan Carlino live? He's on tour. Go and see him. Here are his tour dates. Eugene, Oregon, August 28th. Seattle, Washington, August 29th through the 31st. Toronto, September 5th through the 6th. Houston, Texas, September 19th and 20th. Oklahoma City, October 30th through November 1st. Phoenix, Arizona, November 6th through the 8th. Richmond, Virginia, November 14th and 15th. Appleton, Wisconsin, November 28th and 29th. Austin, Texas, December 18th through the 20th. Louisville, Kentucky, January 9th and 10th. Fort Wayne, Indiana, January 22nd through the 24th. Tacoma, Washington, January 30th and 31st. Spokane, Washington, February 1st. And Tulsa, Oklahoma, January 5th through the 7th.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast. Feelin girly and Shirley, you know all of this is made up, 'cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girls. I'm afraid he's gonna piss on the couch.
Oh.
No, please don't eat the bean. No. This is my. Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I almost said this is the anti-slut shaming podcast. That's guys we fucked. Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. To all my tier 2 and tier 1 girls, this is Miller. He cannot stay here, Josh. You have to put him back.
Oh.
He loves me.
Oh my gosh. He's
Okay,
so
take him.
cute.
Put him back in his playpen.
We gotta get a close up on the camera.
Yeah, of course.
Center it.
Yeah, it's.
We'll frame it. Hit the button.
That's Miller, guys.
Oh, there we go.
We're all fighting in the studio.
Miller.
Oh my gosh, he's so damn
That's
cute.
insane, yeah.
I know he's so yeah. Hi guys, this is Dylan Carlino, your host of Feelin Girlie, the and kind of the leader of the tier 1 and tier 2 girls. Some people have called me. By some people, I do mean me. We are back in the original studio, aka my house. You guys were so sweet. You guys loved the other episodes. We all missed Josh and Ariel the entire month. So I did get a dog, as you guys just saw. That is Miller Toaster Anakin Carlino.
I hate the middle.
Toaster?
Why toaster?
Because we were looking at him one day and we were like, oh, he looks like the brave little toaster.
It's so random.
You
Did you not
remember-
know that movie?
No.
Oh, it's like a little Disney Channel
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, so
Yeah.
That's, he doesn't actually, it's not his legal middle name. I like to give, it's not like, it's not his birth certificate or anything, but when we were out in Oregon, I basically have, as you guys know, we found Frankie, the dog we found at the beginning of the year. We found her original owner and gave her back. And also she was so reactive and a pit bull, so I couldn't fly with her on planes. But ever since we gave her back to her original owner, there has been a part of me that's been like, I really miss having a dog and like waking up and having stuff, but I needed something that I can like take on the road with me. And so I've always, as everybody here knows, I've always wanted a King Charles Cavalier. And I was out in Oregon and we were looking on, don't get mad at me. We're going to, the story progresses. Okay. We were out in Oregon, me and my roommates, and we were like, let's just look on Craigslist for puppies. And so we found this breeder who had all of these King Charles Cavaliers. And so we went out and saw them. And there was something immediately sketchy about them. Because I don't know if you guys know anything about the King Charles Cavalier. So there's 4 different kinds. I have a tri-colored. Mm-hmm. And then there's like I can't pronounce it, but it's like the original ones that everybody knows, which are like white and brown. Mm-hmm. And then there's brown and black. And then there's ones that are like ruby all over. They kind of look like a small golden retriever. And we got there, and she had the ruby and the brown and black. And Josh, Josh's phone just went off. Hey guys, we're back. We're back with Josh and Ariel. Ariel not listening to the stories and Josh's phone going off. I mean,
I'm trying to look him up.
hey guys, Randall and the studio are gone. And just in the middle of the story, Josh's phone going off. Yeah, guys, this is the original Feelin Girlie podcast.
And you know what's worse is it was a clip of mine.
Yeah, that's
I
so
opened up to my
embarrassing.
Instagram and
That's
it was
so
a clip of mine
embarrassing,
playing
Josh.
loud.
I do that all the time whenever I'm in public, just to check the likes, and I'll like put it all the way down because it'd be so embarrassing if like somebody saw me and my phone was like, if I was a girl. Like, that's so embarrassing.
Looking at his own stuff.
Yeah, it's so gross. Although that's all I do all day long. I like barely interact on Instagram whatsoever. Like I don't look at anybody's stuff on Instagram other than my own. And then TikTok, I'm addicted to in a psycho way. But so we went to this backyard. I'm gonna call her a backyard breeder because she had. I didn't realize this when we went to go see it. We just wanted to see them. Number one, these dogs are like very popular. So like if you have them, they are gone. Right? She had 7 available from 2 different litters, which already you're like, this isn't a good, like, this is really sketch. And she had half ruby, half brown and black. And then she had new puppies that had just been born earlier that week. Like they looked like little guinea pigs on the ground. Aww. Yeah, but like, why are there 3 litters so at your house? Yeah. That's way too many to be an ethical breeder. And we were like, and so we met them. And also, all of the dogs we were looking at were 7 months old. It's very hard to keep these dogs to 7 months. Like it was like, there's something strange here. And we were like, do you do, because with these dogs, because there's, everybody's talking about like, if you're going to get from buy a dog, get it from an ethical breeder. And so we looked up all of the things to like market that it's an ethical breeder and things like that. And I was like, oh yeah, so do you guys do like the health testing or genetic testing? And she was like, no, we don't do any of that. And I was like, I'm not buying one of these dogs. Like these dogs, King Charles Cavaliers from like a backyard breeder with no health testing, well, they're going to die of a heart murmur at 3. Like, it's like, no, truly, like they have a lot of issues. And so I was like, I did meet this dog there that I really, really liked, but I was like, I cannot, this dog will be like not a good situation and I cannot have it. And so we kind of like left and we're like, okay, well, whatever. I'm glad I didn't get that. Then the next day, we're in Hood River, which is like an hour outside of Portland. It's really, really beautiful. And I was just looking them up, and it must have known I was in Hood River because it popped up like a breeder. And I went to her website, and it was like everything that I was looking for in an ethical breeder, like all the health testings, the awards. She does it as a hobby. She's like a nurse. She was like, I just love this breed. It's like everything that you would want in an ethical breeder, she had. And so I was like, I'll just email her and see whatever, if she has any left. She had no pictures, and it didn't say any puppies were available. And so she was like, hey, so I have 1 dog available. She was like, I was going to keep him for myself. Because she like is an oncology nurse and she trained these dogs for therapy dogs. She was like, so I was going to keep him for myself and train him to be a therapy dog, but she had too much going on. And so all the other dogs had been sold and she had kept this one for herself. And she was like, I just posted him yesterday. And so I'm like, that's crazy that she posted him yesterday. I found it here today where it's like, we are in Hood River for some weird reason, whatever. And I ended up getting him. He was so expensive. I'm not telling you guys how much I paid for him. Basically an entire month of the Patreon gone. I know he's I know, guys, I'm aware, but
That's crazy.
I'm aware.
I can't believe they cost that much. That's crazy.
Because she was like, she really cared about like where he went and whatever, and also like she was like,
and she was like a huge fan, by the way.
I know you're
killing it.
Had no idea who I was. I was.
I know that you just sold out Oregon.
Yeah,
you're gonna
that's so
the
funny.
price is down.
I tried to haggle her. She was like, no.
Could you go 5K and I include your name? If I was
yeah.
You're bargaining with your. I'll say your name if I was a girl.
It was less than that, but it was a lot of money. But it was she did. This is so bad. I was like, well, it's a lot, whatever. And she was like, yeah, but he's like the pick of the litter. And, I'm not going to sell him for less. Like that's what all of his siblings went for. He's like the best one. He's like literally a perfect dog. She was like, he's so chill. I don't know about that, but but she had all the genetic testing done. She had all of the health screening done. The dad of this dog was like brought in from Siberia, so it was like truly no bloodline connections whatsoever. So it's like. It basically is like if you're going to get a King Charles Cavalier, like this breed, like this specific breeder, this is like the best chance they're not going to have health issues. And so yeah, I'm really excited to have Miller in my life, and I'm going to take him to Eugene and Seattle with me this next month. Because we're getting all his vaccines today. I'm excited. It's nice to have a little puppy, and also they're so sweet. I don't know if you know anything about this breed, but they're like basically like the sweetest dogs ever. All they want to do is like be around you, sit on your lap, and like love you. That's it. And it's like such a nice refresher to like where when I had Frankie, I don't know how much I shared about what was going on with Frankie, but like I could not take her to a coffee shop. I couldn't leave the house with her because if we left the house, she would be like so reactive to like cars, like bikes, skateboards, other people, other dogs, that she would start having panic attacks and be like flipping herself up in the air and or like trying to attack. And so it was like this is not a first-time dog owner person or whatever. And also I didn't own her. I found her on the side of the street, but she's safe. And now I have Miller. So that was that. Oregon was good. It was just like, it was funny. That first episode, did we cut that stuff out of that first episode? Yeah, we ended up having to cut stuff out because I was talking to Randall, who I've known Randall for years, and he's a nice guy, so don't get mad at him. But he like brought stuff up about my ex, like in a way that was like, psychotic, that like put me in a way that it really did. It like put me in a no, you don't have to cut this, but he said like, because I thought the episode was bad, I think because, and you guys were, I was saying like, oh, it's a bad episode. I was so thrown off that first episode in Oregon because he said something like he was like, yeah, you and Ross, he was like, I had talked to you about it, and then I talked to Ross after you had left about it, and he was like, and I didn't realize like how bad it was. And there was something, and then all of a sudden, and then I didn't want to like ask follow-up questions like, well, what the fuck did Ross say?
Yeah.
Because he made it seem like it was like, I was like, oh wait, that I was this like night. So then all of a sudden I'm like having a panic attack. I'm inside of my body while I'm doing the podcast episode, being like, what did he tell you? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because I have my version of what happened. Either way, it all worked out because he made his amends to me and did a whole list of all this stuff. I talked a little bit about it, but I've never had somebody make an amends, and it was very healing. I feel like it definitely left this. I think obviously I was like over him for like so long. It's been 4 years, but there was definitely a part of me that was like, had a resentment towards him and like anger towards him, and it was like all the things that I was upset about in our relationship he like apologized for, and I was like,
this time, like you saw him?
He just did this like a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
And part of me was like, I didn't even know he was capable of it. You know what I mean? I was like, buddy, I didn't know you had it in you. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely strange.
Was this the first time seeing him in person for?
No. I had breakfast with him and his girlfriend last time I was in Portland. We hang out because the guys of me and him were always like, we were friends for 2 years, and then stuff started happening between us, and then we broke up, and then we tried to be friends again, and then we started hooking up again, and then we went on a cross-country road trip together when I left, and then, but it was always like, we're friends. You know what I mean? Like we're friends. Yeah. But it was like, I've been like, even though we were friends and we chat a little bit, the whole time I've kind of been like, but also fuck you. You know what I mean? But I was like being cool guy because I'm not as good. I'm just as bad as you girls. Okay. But yeah, Oregon was nice. It was fine. I liked all of the guys in Portland are disgusting to look at. I know, and I'll say that on the podcast because it is the most scenery wise, like the nature there is so beautiful. The people of Portland, not the girls. The girls are quite pretty. Some of them. Yeah, some of them. Yeah. We were calling it Big Back City, but it's like it's just what it is. And by the way, we all gained weight while we were there. Oh my God. Sorry, did you hear that? No. My stomach gargled, it was karma for calling everybody Big Back. Something also so funny about calling everybody in a city a big back while you're actively gaining weight in the city. Anyways, the guys in Portland, how like every city has like an aesthetic of men, like how everyone dresses kind of similar. It's like high school, you know what I mean? It's like I remember in my high school, 10th grade, we all got to school and all of the girls had the exact same American Eagle shirt on. Do you remember, Ariel, that American Eagle shirt that was like braided here, and then it was like it was either at the top or the bottom white, and then like flowers coming either up or down, and then they had a braided on the thing. Do you remember that shirt?
No, I need to see it.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
I have it in my head, and because I'll tell you right now, it was 2010, beginning of 2010, and we walked into school, and half of the school, because I went to a really small town, so it's like we had an American Eagle, so every single girl, we had an Outlets in my hometown, every single girl had this shirt on, and then like the next day, the girls who didn't wear it on the first day, it was their like second outfit. So it was like literally, it was like insane walking around my high school in 2010 sophomore year, because every single girl in the entire 4 grades all had that shirt on, and if they didn't have, could you imagine being one of the girls who had to wear it the second day? I mean, humiliating.
It's funny because they were probably like, I'm coming in hot with the backup plan tomorrow. Well,
that's so funny too, because every single, you know that
first day going all out, second day just as good.
Yeah.
It's just the same.
Well, because that's how everybody shopped. They just went to the outlet mall, but then they don't realize like we're all shopping at like the exact same store, so everybody's buying the same stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean about cities. Like everybody has their own aesthetic. Portland's aesthetic of guy is like still for some reason wearing black skinny jeans, a band T-shirt you've never heard of, 30 pounds overweight, and a septum ring, and a scraggly beard. And guess what? It's not for me. It's just I don't like that. And they're all victims. I there's a reason I left Portland and we all figured it out by the end. But when we first got there, we were like, oh my God, I love it here so much. And by the end, I was like, I cannot stand the people who live here. But other than that, we had some really nice times. What did you guys do this last month?
I don't know.
We went to Iowa. Did we talk?
Yeah.
Have we seen you since then?
No.
We went to Iowa, which we had the same experience.
That was fun.
It's nice for a couple days, and then it's
like, okay.
It's like bowling. When
Yeah.
you're like, you go there and you're like, it'll be fun to bowl, and then halfway through, you're like, I'm going to drink.
Yeah.
I got to drink for this to be fun.
But it was nice. I was really pretty in the summer because I think we've only really been there in the winter.
She was hitting the thrift store.
Oh, yeah. I was thrifting a lot. There were great thrift stores.
Oh, of course. That's great.
Really
Girls
stuff,
have the best luck at thrift stores because girls are so great because they'll be like, I'm done with this shirt. I'm going to bring it to the thrift store and get rid of it. And guys, you can never find anything good for guys at thrift stores because guys wear their clothes until they like literally fall off their body or die. So if you find nice stuff at a thrift store, yeah, that guy's dead. Whoever's clothes that was, he's dead. There's no such thing as a guy who's like, I'm going to bring my unused clothes down to the thrift store. No, he'll burn it before he does that.
It becomes a workout shirt.
Yeah. He wears it until he wears it until it's unwearable. Then it cut. Men just destroy everything that they have and the planet and other people. And girls are like, why? You know what I was thinking about the other day? Why are men so obsessed with being the leaders of the country? Like, no, and I'm not even joking when I say this. We were driving and I was really thinking about this, and I was like, girls, this isn't even like a feminist take. I was like, girls should run the country because us guys should just be having fun. I think girls are so good at it, and they would be such a great job at like being the leaders of our countries. But I think it should be all women in the Senate. I'm not even doing this as like a pick me at all. I really mean this. When guys are like, no, we want to be in charge. I'm like, no, we're supposed to be in saunas and cold plunges and getting our bodies right. Okay, we shouldn't be running the country. We have too much anger for that. Let's work out together, go to like men's retreats and all take our shirts off and see if we kiss or something, and stop wanting to lead the country. There's no reason to lead the country. You're not a leader, okay? You're bi. Let the girls do it. Girls want to be in charge. Girls love to be in charge. They love to like have a folder and be like, actually, we're gonna do it my way. Which I love about you girls. But yeah, so that's my... Do you think that was so pick-me of me? But
No, I support that.
Okay, of course. I think it would be so much... I just don't know why... I guess my life motto is like, let's just all have fun. And I don't understand why guys are like, no, I want power. It's like, okay, Anakin. By the way, I started watching... I talked about this. I watched all 3 prequels of Star Wars.
Was that your first time?
No, I saw that when I was a kid, and then everybody. Remember when we were growing up? Everybody was like, "These are the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my entire life." Because the Star Wars fandom is like toxic as fuck. Like they only like. By the way, they like nothing. They like they don't. Any reading online is, and I saw this like kind of sweet thing because I think Hayden Christensen's career was like destroyed after like Star Wars, and then he did Jumper, and then we haven't seen him since. And then I saw a video of him because he hasn't been in anything because everybody hated the Star Wars. But now we were all kids when we watched them, so now we all liked them because we were kids, and it was like our first introduction to Star Wars. And so he went to Star Wars Con or something, and everybody was cheering for him, and you can see it made him emotional. And it was like, so sweet. I saw someone comment, be like, finally the kids who grew up loving the movies are now louder than the adults who hated it. And it was, you could really tell. And I was like, that is so sweet, and he so deserves it. Because I rewatched all three, and I was like, these are excellent. And you want to know why I know it's a good movie? Because when I was watching Revenge of the Sith, you guys have seen it, right?
Kind of. We're not big Star Wars people.
No, when I was a kid, I saw it.
More of Lord of the Rings.
I had a purple lightsaber when I was a kid.
Oh,
that was a rare one.
Gay.
No, dude, it was rare. Dude, it was sick. People were like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Yeah, eBay."
I'm like crying thinking about this, but it's it's a good movie because, but in the last one, you're like, he's not gonna turn. Like he's not, maybe this time I'll watch it and he won't turn. And
Why are you?
I don't know. I literally been thinking about Anakin the entire, because now I'm watching the Obi-Wan TV show, and it's crazy.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
I don't know. There's just something, he had such promise. This is so embarrassing. I don't know. You watch it, you're like, I really feel like, what the fuck is going on? I just didn't want him to be Darth Vader. I just wanted him to stay Anakin. I hate it. Sorry. Okay.
That's crazy.
It's just so emotional, but maybe by the way, some people are gonna watch this and be like, he has other things going on. I really don't. I really don't. This is truly Star Wars tears. It's such a good character. It really is. Okay, what are we at time-wise? People keep commenting and being like, stop worrying about the time. I want to know what time it is.
Yeah.
It's just so annoying.
20 minutes.
20.
Okay, well, let's
we got 10 more riffs. We got 10 more minutes of riffs.
People
I guess
like
we
when
could.
you talk.
People like when you talk.
I know they like
Patreon
when I talk.
is for the emails.
That is true.
Tier 1 girlies get the good stuff.
I know. I really.
It's patreon.com/Feelin Girlie.
Yeah, patreon.com/Feelin Girlie. We can't talk too much shit about the tier 2 girls that are listening.
They're among us.
They're among us. Oh my god, I was at my Nashville shows, and you guys will love this. So by the way, thank you to everybody who came out to the Nashville shows. We actually had a lot more gay guys there, which I appreciated. I want to throw this out there. All my gay linos, because sorry, my disrespect. I was like, only girls listen to this podcast. There's no gay guys, and then all these gay guys were commenting, being like, gay lino here. I was like, okay, my girling gay linos. All listen, and we had so many gay guys come to the podcast and or to come to the live show, and the shows were so much fun. The Nashville shows especially were so much fun, but afterwards they were like, do you want to come do the Dark and Dirty show afterwards? And there was like, Fiona. Mm-hmm. Fiona was there, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do it. Who cares? It's right after my shows. And so of course I just did 2 hours, and then I'm gonna do this show. There's like 10 comics on it, and everybody's doing 12 minutes. So by the time, and I'm going up last. Brutal. So now it's 12:30. I'm going up to a crowd that has already seen an hour and a half of whatever. And I just did 2 hours. I don't want to do any material that I've done from the weekend. I just did 4 shows. I don't want to do anything for my hour, so I do different jokes. Bomb. I bombed so hard at this Nashville show. It was like, when you're bombing so hard that it becomes like funny to you. Like I was like, these people hate me. And now I'm not even being dramatic. Like you go, no, I'm sure you did good. No. I started talking about gay sex, and by the way, I forgot that Nashville is majority Bible Belt Christian, which by the way, they loved my entire set. They were laughing the entire time, except for the time that I made fun of Christians, and the entire room went silent. And I was like, oh, you guys are all Christians here. I got a bunch of Christian girls. This is crazy. And I'm not joking. Silent. Like these people, there was this couple in the front who, I think I said this in the last one. They were laughing so hard at everything, and then I said Christianity is fake, and both their face dropped. I was like, "That's what got you."
They need to hear it.
They need to hear it, and so. But this last show isn't my fans. It's random people who live in Nashville who are coming to the Dark and Dirty show. And I started talking about gay sex, and there's all these guys that are like, oh my God, stop. They're like gagging. They're pretending to gag while I'm on stage talking about gay sex. And at this point, it's like, buddy, I'm just trying to get my $67 after the show paid and do my 10 minutes. And I did, and I bombed so hard. Of course, they brought me up. This guy just sold out all of his shows here at the weekend. Bombed. And you know what's so funny about stand-up comedy that people don't understand is that, like, there are people, like, we know... I'll just say I've always been a good comic, and other people cannot say the same thing. I'm good at stand-up, okay? So if you come to my shows, you're going to have a good time. But the thing about stand-up is sometimes you bomb, and it happens to everybody. Think of your favorite comedian in the world. They've bombed in the last year. They've done, like, poorly in the last year. Multiple times. What I think is so funny about comedy is that, like, even your favorite... Like, if you saw... Like, there are people who've seen me do stand-up, and their only version of me was the one night they came to a show and I bombed. And so then forever they get to think, oh, that guy is really bad at stand-up. Like, and so that's what's so funny about stand-up to me is that, like, one person sees you and then, like, forever they're like, he's pretty bad. And so there are people walking around this earth being like, I don't understand why he has 600,000 followers. He's like, no, he's, like, embarrassingly bad at stand-up. Like, I'm sure there are people at that show who knew who I was because I saw some girls while I was bombing try to be, like, overly supportive of me, and I was like, oh, they know me from online, and they're, like, clapping while these guys are gagging at me talking about gay sex, and now they are going to be like, I went to that show and I just prefer him online. Like, I know that's the case. But that's it. I did buy a really expensive hotel while I was in Nashville. And you know what I don't understand is when people are like, what did you do in Nashville? I'm like, I stayed in my hotel room. Okay. It was very expensive.
On Grindr?
What?
On Grindr?
No, I didn't hook up with anybody in Nashville. I got face fucked in San Jose. Face fucked. Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I mean, like, it was crazy. I don't like to picture that. Face fucked. I mean, it was bad. In a good way.
I'm going to ask some questions.
Yeah, of course.
What's the physics behind it? Are you sitting down? Are you laying down? Is he on top?
You said you don't want to picture it, but now you're...
No, I need to pry for the content.
Josh, why are you hard?
Buddy, I already came.
Well,
I thought you guys were going to think that was funny, and now I just have to sit in that.
Hey, nobody wants to hear about you coming. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Yeah, I just say face fucked. I actually wasn't, like, face fucked. I actually really don't like when guys... Miller. I really don't like when guys, like, actually face fuck you because it's like it's a little too aggressive, and I'm like, let me do it because I don't think that's, like, actually gonna feel better as, like, listen, like, and I hate to talk like this girl's in front of you, but, like, my mouth and throat, I mean, it might as well be called the blowjob machine, like, and so it's like you are gonna have a better time not face funking me, but he that guy was, like, super aggressive in, like, a hot way, but then you know when someone
is he short?
He was short.
Of course he was.
I don't know why he was short like that.
Dude, I can tell.
Yeah, can you?
I can tell. That's who would be mean.
He had a short, but he had a big dick. I love guys who are short with big, thick dicks. I think it's so cool. You know what I mean? I do. I think it's really cool. I think it's really sad, obviously. There's nothing worse than a 6'5" guy with a small dick, and there's nothing better than a 5'7" guy with a fucking hog on him.
With a kickstand?
Yeah. You go like, buddy, what are you angry about? You know what I mean? Like, what are you angry about? Yeah, so that was fine. I didn't hook up at all in Portland. I mean, I hooked up with, like, one person, but it doesn't really matter. Really not attracted to anybody there. The car ride was a lot. I don't know. There's not too much going on. Should we just move to emails?
Yeah, if you want.
We milk some time.
By the way, I gained weight. I'm not happy about it. What do you want me to say?
You look the same.
Even worse. I'm joining a different gym tomorrow. It's fine. I'm going to East Austin Athletic.
Is that like a private place?
I should not tell people this.
Oh,
yeah, no, I don't care.
Do you want me to cut it out?
No, it's all classes. Yeah, I'm going to East Austin Athletic. I start tomorrow. No, it's not private, but they do classes, and I need classes to show up to like know what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Let's move over to emails because I don't know if this is any good. Oh, this one says Vampire Diaries. Ooh. Okay. This says, hey, I love your podcast so much. Always helps me get through the workday. I'm a tier 1 girl for this pod, and some of this is bad. You're so funny. Congrats to Josh and Ariel for getting engaged.
Thank you.
Did you guys do any wedding planning at all while I was gone?
Not really.
She's had some panic attacks about it.
Have you? Why?
It's just really stressful. I want something really small, and like it seems like impossible. Like my mom is trying to invite all these people. I don't know, whatever, but it's fine.
Would you just check on Miller quickly and make sure he's still in there? He's like,
yeah, I see him.
okay, he's good.
Yeah.
Okay, then he's fine.
He's just staring out.
Yeah, he's crazy. Okay. My name's Whitney and I'm from Ohio. I love how much you bring up the Vampire Diaries and how you wanted your nephew to be named Salvatore. Yeah, that's true. I had my son 3 years ago and we named him Alaric from Vampire Diaries. Obviously, I loved it. And of course, people think it's weird or say it wrong, but my name is from a TV show, Different World. So I loved it. Anyways, okay, wait, that was it. You just wanted to tell me that. Okay. That's very sweet of you. Thank you for wanting to connect, babe. I love you so much. That's crazy. Hey, do me a favor. Have something to say. This one says horny Mormons. Hi, Girlinos. Long story short, this is me and my ex. I'm 22 and he's 21. He's a cutie is FS for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a cutie for sure and has a nice body. I sent him a photo of my coot for reference. Oh, wait. I sent a photo of him on my couch for reference. Oh, he's 6'5" and has a six-pack. We met in a hot tub, then ran into each other on campus, and he asked for my number. We kissed on our first hangout. PSA, from the start, I noticed how horrible his sense of style was. I'm pretty stylish, as I'm wearing, like, the worst clothes ever. I'm like, yeah, I love that. I'm pretty stylish. He dresses like a sixth grader. I looked past it because he's sexy, you know, but this always bothered me so much. We hadn't kissed anyone for 3 years since... He hadn't kissed anybody for 3 years since his Mormon mission, and I was the first one. He kissed somebody on his Mormon mission? That does not sound like what you're supposed to be doing on your mission. I think that's actually against the rules. Are Mormons allowed to kiss?
I don't know. They can't do anything. I feel bad for them.
I know. I feel bad for them, too.
They soak it up.
Crazy. I know. If I was a girl, I would be soaking. It was low-key really bad at first, but he was so hot, so we just kept going. Then he got better. A little less than a week later, we made it official because we're spending a ton of time together. A few days later, we started grinding on each other because we have so much physical chemistry. Then, as Mormons we are, we felt guilty about doing that, but kept doing it. But it progressively got hotter and more often, and I started actually letting myself finish. From grinding? Oh my God. It's your guys' magic underwear pushing up against each other. You're like, oh my God, we shouldn't. There's nothing hotter than like religious trauma sex. And so this isn't your fault. This is your parents' fault. And it's not that big of a deal. And then we started saying, I love you after a week. That's the problem with religious people is because they feel shame about wanting to do sex stuff. They start being like, I love you. Like if we want to do this means we love each other. Then you get married and have kids at fucking 19 because you wanted to have sex. And then your life's ruined forever. Let's keep saying it was so intense. It is. And then they're like, they have to be Mormon, and then they raise their kids Mormon, and then guess what? Those kids turn 16 years old and meet some other fucking, guy with abs, and then they all of a sudden are grinding on each other, and the cycle repeats. Then we said I love you after a week. It was so intense. We would spend hours and hours together. The day that we said that we made out in the back of his car for hours in our swimsuit, hot. No, in your swimsuit, babe, you're gonna get a UTI or a yeast infection. You cannot be leaving your swimsuit on in the back of the car, getting grinded on. Okay, enjoy your yeast infection, bitch. The grinding continued, and then we started touching each other on top of each clothes. He's already touched my boobs under them at this point, obviously. What are you, 11? I know. How old is this girl? I think she said she's 21.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
We started talking dirty and saying we wanted to... What? They're Mormon. We started talking dirty and saying we wanted to fuck each other, and it was really hot. As per usual, the guilt would pop up. we really want to fuck each other, but God doesn't want us to. The only thing keeping us from fucking is God. Anyways, we kept dating and kept doing that and feeling guilty for it. I started getting really anxious about our relationship and felt like he was boring and dressed weird. I opened up to him about some really personal stuff on paper. He checks a lot of boxes. Cute, 6'5", ton of chemistry, emotionally stable, finance bro. Okay, those are all red flags. That's not like that doesn't check anything. By the way, I noticed that kindness wasn't on there. But one week things got crazy and he fingered me. Oh my fucking God, it was so hot. He was so into it too. I came everywhere, but we both were like, okay, that was too far. You cannot be getting fingered. We're Mormon. Okay. So we didn't do it again. Things progressively got weird and distanced. Less than 2 weeks later, he broke up with me. The whole relationship was just under 2 months, but it felt longer because we spent so many hours together. He just wasn't feeling it anymore and had to keep hanging out with me because it was fun. But he had a gut feeling that he knew it wasn't going to work out. I low-key felt the same way, but was still so upset. I felt used because a few days later, my friend saw him on a dating app. It's been a few weeks, and I've gone on a couple dates with different boys, but nothing has happened. I've seen him 3 times in the past 24 hours, and I started texting him because low-key barely acknowledged me. Apparently, 2 of the times he didn't see me, but he was like, yeah, of course, we can be friendly. The text convo continued, and the last thing I said was that we should hang out one last time before he goes to days for summer. I'm waiting on his response, but should I kiss him again? No, it probably wouldn't work out, but I had more fun with him than anyone else I've been with. You went on 3 dates with like other guys off a dating app. This is like Mormon craziness. And I love you so much, but this is nuts. He's so hot and his body is so good. I just want to keep kissing him, but also I know he feels guilty for being physical with me. So is it a bad idea? Am I toxic for saying that and wishing I could keep kissing him? Okay, so here are the pictures. Yeah, he's cute. I get what you're going on about. I get it. Yeah, he looks like a young soccer player. He is tall and does look like he has a good body. Okay, so first off, let's have a different conversation, which is like your religion is lying to you, and you need to look up like how to get out of it. No, be Mormon if you want. You know what's so funny to me? It's like, babe. Be Mormon if you want. Babe, I'm telling you right now, like, I don't know, don't they believe like Mormons believe that like Jesus went to Jupiter or something? Like, or was that Jehovah's Witness? Oh, Jehovah's Witness believe that Jesus came to America. I don't know what Mormons believe, but you guys are nuts too. You know what's funny to me is that like a Mormon girl, and don't take this the wrong way, I really appreciate you listening and taking the time to write an email. It's very, I know you grew up with all these, stuff, and you guys both have these like weird religious traumas, and you got fingered one time and it freaked him out, whatever it is. I mean, this is what religion does to people. Like it scrambles up your brain. But what's funny to me is that you're listening to my podcast of like these like nasty gay guy. I think like literally 15 minutes ago I was like, yeah, I got face fucked in San Jose, and also I'm gay. You know what I mean? Like, it's to me, you are like inching out. And by the way, I saw your eyeliner and your dark clothes. You are literally 1.5 years from burning the Mormon church down. You are not going to be a part of it for much longer. So just enjoy that. But it's funny to me how Mormons, like, in their minds, like, compartmentalize. They're like, I can't have sex, but I can listen to Feelin Girlie where this gay guy talks about all of his crazy, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Where's the line, sweetheart? But once again, I love that you're Mormon, and I love that I love my Mormon tier 2 girls. I doubt they're paying for the tier 1. Tier 1 girls normally put it in they like me to know that they're doing that. I'll tell you this. When a guy tells you he's not feeling it and he's over it, he means it. Or he has his own religious stuff. I understand he saw me, he said he didn't see me, all this stuff. You're heartbroken, and that's okay to be heartbroken, but you just need to feel it out and move on. You're 22 years old. I know in your culture or whatever, that means you're basically geriatric for not being married and having like 19 kids at this point. That's what I mean when I say religion scrambles your brain. It's not real. Like, you should be able to date at a normal pace. Like, the reason people, like Mormon people, get married so quickly is so that they can like have sex, appease their families, be in good graces with God, all this stuff. Where if you took the time to like So now it probably feels like, oh my God, I like lost this really good, like, by the way, your list of things that he was finance bros on your checklist of things that you want. Like, I'm not saying that you can't want a guy who has money, but like, what about like a guy who doesn't feel guilty about being with the person that he is? Like, that's, if you think that that's all going to go away, like the sex shame stuff, because you're married, no, this isn't, you're not going to get married and then all of a sudden be like, now I have no shame about sex. You're still going to have that shame about sex. You're just going to feel a little bit more comfortable doing it, but it's going to follow you for the rest of your life. Not to scare you, don't like off yourself or anything, but it will get better. But like, I would say just like sit with yourself and like figure out who you are and what you really want in a partner, because like 6'5" is like not, I know you girls love a guy who's 6'5", but it's not something to like really check off. This is, if you are looking for someone to like spend a long time with, somebody who doesn't dump you 2 weeks after fingering you is not something that I would put on my checklist. But you're so young, you have so much going on for you. He's cute. He'd be an ugly old man. That's what I noticed from the picture. He actually might be hot. To be honest, he's cute. When he's 28, he's going to be hot. He's going to be like Zach Morris hot. You don't know who Zach Morris is. It's Saved by the Bell. Do you guys know who Zach Morris is?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have anything to say to our Mormon girl?
No, I mean, I feel like I have a lot to say because I'm very anti-religion, but I won't.
Are you?
I won't get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess to each their own. Everyone's allowed to.
Of course,
I
want you to recognize that like your religion is screwing with your mind.
Yeah.
And the way you look at relationships and dating. And that doesn't mean you can't be Mormon, but I think take a little bit of time to evaluate who you are, what you want, and sex is not that big of a deal. And I mean, it is. I don't know.
In a different way than what religion teaches you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you shouldn't be feeling guilty like this. Like, think about that. Like, you guys are spending months grinding on each other and fucking feeling awful about yourselves. That's not that big of a deal. And I feel like sex in religion is like smoking weed when you're in high school. When like you were smoking weed in high school and you don't think any adult are smoking weed because everybody tells you not to smoke pot, and then you get a little bit older and you realize like, wait a minute, like my parents were smoking pot the entire time, yelling at me for smoking pot. Not my parents, but like I knew other people's parents that did that. But I think my dad was smoking pot, but it's like that. It's like your parents were also grinding on each other and having sex, and then they teach you not to have sex because they also have sex shame. So it's like you don't want to keep repeating this cycle. And I don't want to come down on you for being Mormon. This could be any religion, but like your brain is a little scrambled from how you grew up, and his is really scrambled. And so I would say let it go and like sit with yourself and like feel your feelings and get over it. That's hard to do. Listen to some Phoebe Bridgers, unless she's like a path to the devil. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I hope I didn't come too. Was that too hard on the religion? They're young. I don't want her to be like.
I feel like.
Do you have to wear skirts in Mormonism?
I don't know.
There was a girl at my high school and she had to wear long skirts and she wasn't allowed to cut her hair. And during gym class, she because you can't wear jean skirts. In gym class, she would wear gauchos.
Oh my gosh, gauchos! I love gauchos. Yeah,
the gauchos for the religious girls. Oh, shout out to Brittany.
That's a horse girl for sure.
Oh no, religious.
Well, that's the same thing.
Horse girl and religious.
If you're super religious, you are a horse girl.
Really?
No.
Well, I was religious and I wasn't.
Horse girls come on the back of their horses because I'm riding them.
She's getting fucking. She's grinding on the back of a fucking Ford Fiesta, coming.
Oh my god.
It's the same. You know what? I also now that I'm talking, I'm gonna say this about this too, because I grew up in a school. There was a Catholic school that was like rivals with my school in the same hometown. The girls there. It was a Catholic school. They would do the thing where they would save their virginity, and then they would get butt fucked, and it's like that's way worse.
Humans are humans.
It's the weirdest loophole to be like, I'm still intact, but the entire basketball team's fucked my butt, baby.
That's what I mean when I say like their brains get scrambled from it. Like it's just
it's manipulation.
It is manipulation.
It's a cult. It's a scam. I could go on. Yeah.
I know. And then like, do you really think you're gonna like die and go to heaven and God's gonna be like, what? Can I ask? Like, just say this. Like, you go to heaven and God's like, your parents lied to you. Like, you totally could have been getting fingered.
He gets there. He goes, Are you fucking serious? You got fucking Rod?
Yeah.
You got Rod on a football field? You're get the fuck out of
outta
here.
here.
Yeah.
No, like,
you're not on the list.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
just-
on the list.
It also wasn't in Jesus' 10 Commandments. I don't do Mormons believe in Jesus.
Which are all it's all man-made.
I know.
A man just made them up.
I know.
To manipulate and control everyone, especially women. Sorry.
No, I agree. You're being, honey, look into it, okay? It's real. Mormon girl, I need you to do some research, okay? You are being lied to, and Ariel is feeling real girly this week, and she's
pissed about it.
Ariel's pissed, okay, guys? Now you done pissed Ariel, okay? Now you done pissed Ariel.
We've been back at it one. Yeah. We've been at it not in one episode. Y'all
Were you raised religious?
Yeah.
What kind?
Greek Orthodox Christian.
Oh, that's rough.
So it's
okay, yeah, that's so funny. Greek Orthodox is so funny because they like hold hands with other men on the street and they call you a faggot behind your back.
They're like unibrows together, then they're getting
their entire house is white and blue, but Jesus Christ, I'm the faggot. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like everything you wear is turquoise, but okay.
Sick gold chains. Every Greek guy I've met has a gold chain that hangs out.
Literally, there's nothing hotter. There's nothing hotter than a guy with a gold chain on, which is why I wear a gold chain. Like I think it's so hot. Guys who, it's crazy. Oh, someone just what did you say?
He needs a gold chain.
You do. You might look better with silver, though.
I don't think I'd look good with any of that.
Okay.
No, it would look cute. But okay.
I'm not gonna fight him on his insecurities about a chain. Like he's gonna put a chain on, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, he's so gross to look at with the chain."
My interior pelvic, but that's crazy.
I'm hungry.
Okay, so this is Pod Dilemma to fuck my married ex. Hi, Dylan, Ariel, and Josh. Tier 1 girl here from the UK. Love the pod, and please come do a show here. Your UK girlies will show up and likely sell out the bar. Okay, well, hopefully it would be a car. I mean, yeah, we want to do a UK show. Why'd you guys look at each other like that?
Her stomach is making
growling.
crazy.
Oh, okay.
She got a dump.
No.
Hey, guys, Randall's gone. They're not listening. So here's my situation. I've started dating again after a long time of no dating, but it's not been going great. The last guy I dated for 5 weeks, and he didn't have the decency to fuck me before he calls it off, saying that he didn't have any romantic feelings. I guess he was looking for something more serious, and I was just looking for someone to hang out with for the summer. Okay. Literally the day after this happened. Why would you be upset about a guy that, like, you're like, oh, he didn't have the decency to fuck me before he left? And yeah, I mean, that's actually a stand-up guy. He was like, he's like, actually, I want something more serious, and you're not there. I'm not going to, like, emotionally put my heart into it. Sounds like a nice guy. Literally the day after this happened, I get a message from my ex-situationship of mine who I haven't heard from in 3 years. He moved back to Australia 3 years ago and has been there ever since. I get a message from him saying that he's going to be back in London in September for work and if I would like to catch up while he's here. I know I should have ignored the message, but I was coming off of a sting of a previous dating experience and was literally about to fly out to the stunning 3-day wedding of a best friend, so I was caught in a weak moment. Babe, you don't have to do whatever you want. You don't have to give me the excuse of why you responded. I respond to like bi DL guys on Grindr all the time who are probably fucking you bitches out. Okay. Also, he was literally the best sex of my life, and if I'm honest, no other guys since have managed to match his performance. So I said yes. Let me know near the time when he was in town. Here's the catch. I know that in the last 3 years he has gotten married to some Australian girl. To some Australian girl. Not me, the interesting UK girl. Some Australian girl who's happy with blonde hair and likes to surf and cares about animals. This is something that he hasn't told me, obviously. My question is, should I fuck the guy who will be in town with a hard deadline and enjoy the amazing sex all the time knowing that he's married? Or should I steer clear of the morally good girl, which kind of sucks? Or should I see if my summer picks on the casual dating and decide near the time? The dating thing has been really hard, and although I'm kind of pretty, I definitely don't... I definitely don't seem to be most guys' cup of tea, pics attached, so it would be great to have some decent sex that I know will be top tier. Any advice would be appreciated. You're very pretty. You have gorgeous curly blonde hair, which is so great. No, you're very, very pretty, and you have a great bod. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're not most guys' cup of tea. Maybe you're a little insecure, and guys don't like that. It could be your energy, because I don't think you would have a problem dating whatsoever. But I also don't know what the UK guys like. I know that they're all uncut, which I love. But
So British.
Should you fuck the married guy? No. Also, I'll just my own personal experience. I had sex while I was in Portland with a guy who I used to have incredible sex with, and I found him on Grindr, and I was like, oh, we used to fuck all the time. It would be so good. And the entire time I was fucking him, this time I was like, why did I come here? Why did I do this? Here's the thing. It's like, leave it in the past. This guy's married. It's bad juju. It's to like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I've sucked off married guys, but it's like, I don't know, I mean, sometimes when you look over and you're already on your ring and it's in your mouth and you see they have a ring on their finger, you go like, well, I'm already here. But like, it's not like they told me, but like, this guy's married. And I don't think good sex is worth it. Right?
Yeah, you could find it somewhere else.
You can find it somewhere else. And I think that you're not trying. I don't think you're trying enough. Mm-hmm. I think block this guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are we at time-wise?
47.
Okay. Well, I'll do one more email and then we have to go. Because I have something else I have to do today. But I've been having so much fun with you guys. Not you guys, the girls.
Yeah, for a second I felt good about myself. Yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
Ooh. What is it? Oh, someone left an audio.
Oh.
So I had this whole thing typed out, and then I don't know how it got deleted, but one time I went on a date.
Okay, wait. First off, you're messy as fuck.
You can.
That's crazy.
You know she has too many cups in her room.
100%. Your car is filled with cans. Let's listen. This is fun. I've always wanted to do the voicemails.
One time I went on a date. I think I was in my early 20s, and I'm 30 now, with this guy, and I went to his house, and we fooled around a little bit, and then we still talked afterwards, but then he started like acting super weird. So one night we were on the phone, and I was like, what's going on here? Like, you're acting different. And he was like, I just feel like I have secrets that you would judge me for.
Okay, first off, if a guy ever tells you he has secrets you'll judge him for, he's touching kids. Just to throw that out. He's doing something that's really, really bad, or he's gay. Like, I have secrets that you can't ever know about. Guys don't, like, when they tell you stuff like that, run.
Pretty open-minded. Like, got 2 gay sisters. I read smut. Like, I know there's freaky things out.
I have gay sisters. I finger myself to books. Like, I've heard it all. I've heard it all.
Out there. And so I was like, you can just tell me. Like, I'm not going to judge you. And he was like, so I think that my Victoria's Secret credit card has a higher balance than you. And I was like, what do you mean?
He likes to wear panties, and he's a cross-dresser.
And he was like,
which, by the way, I want to quickly say that him bringing that up, he came to the house wanting to tell you this. This is something he made it seem like, oh, I can't tell you this. No. The line, I think my Victoria's Secret credit card is higher than yours, is like, number one, like a sly way of something that like he's thought about before. Mm-hmm. He thought that was going to be like a cheeky, like, he's probably trans, but let's keep listening.
Well, I like to wear women's clothing and women's underwear when I'm at home.
And get fucked by men.
He sat on the phone for a minute in silence, and he was like, do you want to see a picture? And I was like,
they always want you to see a picture. And by the way, then then it's just like some random masked guy with a flat ass, and he's just sending you a picture of him, and he's like, by the way, men have cross-dressers have the worst taste in underwear. They really do. They're always sending you pictures, and you're like, it's always like the neon blue thong. It's like, do you think that's what people like? Okay, wait, you know what I mean? Like, girls would never wear that.
No, he had already sent it by then.
Of course he'd already sent it.
Phone with each other, and I see a picture of this man in his underwear, and I wish I would have saved it, because whenever I tell this story, everybody's like, do you have this picture? And I'm like, no, I was so freaked out by this photo that I did.
There's nothing funnier than like a girl being like, I'm so open-minded, and like I read smut, I have gay sisters, like, you can tell me anything. And the guy's like, I like to wear women's panties, and she's like, you're a faggot. I'm disgusted. I'm telling everybody that I know. I wish I had the picture so I could show it off, because he's a freak. It's like, so like, you're insane to be like, women are the most open-minded, supportive people of gay people until their boyfriend or guy they're seeing does something a little bit gay, and then they become homophobe Trump addicts. Okay.
Didn't even know what to do. I deleted it right away, because I was like, someone's gonna look at my phone and see this man in his women's underwear. So then we're on the phone and he's like, yeah, so like I dress up in women's clothing when I'm at home alone, and like it's like a sexual thing for me. And he was like, how would you feel if you came over and I answered the door in women's clothing? And I'm trying to act cool and not be judgmental. And so I was like, oh,
I would throw up.
really like, I understand that's something you're into, but it's not really something I'm into, and I don't think I would be okay with that. And at the time I lived with my mom, and I was like, also, mom's calling me, dinner's ready, gotta go. Hung up, never talked to this man again, but I did recently see him at the flea market with my mom, and I tell her everything, and she was like, dang, he's tall and hot. And I said, yeah, so it really threw me off when he told me like to dress in women's clothing. He was also very masculine and worked for like our local football team, so it really threw me off.
Wow.
Wasn't really a question there.
It's a fun story.
Wow.
It was a fun story, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's honestly the guys who want to wear panties and stuff like that are normally like the most masculine guys you see walking around. It's rarely like the guy that's like super comfortable or like normal. It's the guy who's like walking around being like, I'm a man, who wants to be doing that. I just think it's so funny to be like, I'm so open-minded, except for this one fucking gay thing. It disgusts me. And I told my mom, and we were both at the flea market throwing up. So funny. By the way, I love the voice memo.
Yeah, voice memos are fun.
Guys,
Do
send
that.
voice memos instead of emails with pictures. Okay, let's find a really good one to end it. Oh, I pooped on him and he won't go away. And I'm not going to read it because you don't have pictures attached. And so this is gonna be.
Is it really long?
Yeah, it's long and there's no pictures. It's long, which is fine, but there's no pictures attached. And I told you, you have to do pictures.
So what did we learn? You know what? Let's do that one on the Patreon. Patreon.com/Feelin Girlie, huh?
This one says sucked off my brother's teammates.
Oh, there we go.
Should we end on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Queen. This is a story from when I was 16. Oh, we'll do that one on the Patreon. Okay, guys. We'll see you on patreon.com/Dylan Carlino. What's the Patreon, Dylan?
Patreon.com/Feelin Girlie.
Guys, if you want to send an email or a voice memo, which we would prefer with pictures, it's going to be at feelingirliepod at feeling. Wait.
What is the email?
It's feelingirliepod.
There's going to be in the bio. It'll be in the bio.
Yeah, feelingirliepod@gmail.com. Send it over. We love you guys so much. We'll see you over on the Patreon. Bye.